5 steps in, they're small. That is definitely a smallmouth bass.
This week on Kentucky Afield, we're doing something that everybody would love, and that's creek fishing.
Better fish.
Next, we'll learn about one of the most important aspects of hunting, food sources. Then, we're looking ahead to rabbit season and breaking out the beagles. It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Kentucky Afield. Every week, Kentucky Afield brings you features on hunting and fishing across the state.
That's my pup. I'm proud of him.
Here he comes right there. Let's get ready. Get ready.
Look at that. What a nice fish. Hey, we dug it up right there.
We did.
There he is. Ooh, a nice one too. Boy, he's healthy.
What do we got?
That was awesome. Got the first help.
Got one big smallmouth.
Very nice.
Double point. They're in there.
There they go.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Look at that joker. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Whoa, this is a good one.
That's better than good, Chad.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. Here in Kentucky, one of the best opportunities for fishing is stream fishing, where Kentucky has more miles of navigable water than any other state other than Alaska. Well, today is super exciting. This is how the vast majority of people in Kentucky and how I learned how to fish, and that is at a pond or a stream with a couple of hours to kill. You know, days are getting shorter and summer is winding down. That makes stream fishing really good. These fish know that they need to feed up before winter gets here. So as soon as you get those couple cool nights, if you got an hour or two to kill, it's a great time to go jump at a pond or in a stream like where we're at today. We're actually on Floyds Fork in the Parklands in Jefferson County. We got this beautiful stream that comes through that I know has a lot of smallmouth because as a kid, I was raised fishing this stretch of water. So I can't wait to get out here and see what's feeding today. You know, a lot of times I like to fish out of a boat or a kayak, but when you just got a couple hours, it's just not feasible to go load a kayak up, plan a drop in and a takeout, or go hook up to the boat. Those are more half day to full day trips. This is how I really like to fish. Just an hour or two, go hit my favorite couple spots, and see what you can catch. I come to a stream like this, which there are thousands of them in Kentucky. I mean, you really look at the Blue Water Trails and it pretty much covers a lot of them. I like to focus really in two areas, and that is very small minnow imitating lures, like this little bait here. This happens to be a 3-inch Kitech Easy Shiner, or crawfish imitating baits, like what I have here that goes right on the bottom. So really keep it simple. Those two options right there, about all you need. Oh, right there he is. What we got here, it looks like a little smallie maybe. And I mean little. That's what we, nope. We've actually got a largemouth bass here. That's about as small as they come. Well, I hope to catch a couple smallmouth, but that right there is a very small largemouth bass. 2 steps into the creek and I've already got a fish, so that's pretty promising. Oh, here we go. Well, 5 steps in, they're small. That is definitely a smallmouth bass. You know what? They're still a lot of fun. Wade fishing, when I get into the water, I want to walk upstream. And the reason you do that is because as you walk, you can see I'm kicking up a plume of stuff behind me. So I like to fish upstream and cast that fish before I walk past them. Here we go. I don't know what this is. Looky there. Beautiful Floyds Fork smallmouth bass. That one there's probably 9 or 10 inches long. It's a little better fish. There we go. Putting on a show. There we go. Another smallmouth. That fish, you know, you have no way to know it's exactly the same fish, but I cast it out before I even engaged my reel. He'd hit, pulled it about 5 or 6 cranks, came back and he just smoked it. We've had a little bit of a deep pocket. When I say deep, I mean over 3 feet for a long stretch. Right where that water comes in, where it's moving, that is where I intend to catch some fish, and hopefully bigger fish. Better fish. There we go. Just hard fighting stream smallmouth. You just can't beat them. They're just so much fun to catch. Get it back. Oh, that soaked me. This one here hit right by me. Another smallmouth bass. Man, there are bunches of them in here in that 10-inch range. This is the 3rd or 4th one, I mean, in a row. It almost looks like I'm catching the same fish over and over. This one's a little shorter than the others, but looks like it might have a chance to be a little fatter too. Pretty fish. You know, these smallmouth in these streams, you kind of see this coppery color that's in them, and they're really, really, really pretty. Now, when they get bigger and they get out on the lake, you see you got this barring on them like this. When they get bigger, you start seeing those bars show up, but these are very pretty little smallmouth bass. I tell you what, that moving water right there looks like a perfect opportunity. If I can get something that's got a little more weight, to move it across the bottom to maybe catch a little bit bigger fish. So, got this little jig here. It's hard to be catching as many fish as I'm catching now and go, it's time to change tackle. But this is a perfect spot to go to a little bit bigger fish bait. Here we go. Oh yeah. Look at there. That's a respectable smallmouth bass. When you're a little creek or stream fishing here in the state of Kentucky, there you go. Look at that pretty fish. These fish are looking for easy opportunities, and I made it as easy as I possibly could, and he smoked it on like the 2nd cast. Here we go. Look at there. That's a rock bass. I tell you what, you hear these called a lot of different things. Rock bass, Google eye, goggle eyes, whatever you call them. They're plentiful and they're fun to catch, and man, they love a jig. Tell you what, I got so many bites on that swim bait earlier, even though I think I can catch bigger fish on the jig, I'm gonna go back to that swim bait and try to pick up a few more. Another cool thing about coming out here this time of year, late summer, early fall, everything is hatched. The crayfish spawn is taking place. There's bait and minnows everywhere. You could literally grab a rod and reel and a couple of small hooks and come down here and catch all the bait that you needed to catch these fish. Crawfish especially. Just turn over a couple rocks, let the water clear, pin them to the ground. It makes great smallmouth bait. What a pretty fish. I love smallmouth bass. Here we go. I tell you what, today has been a lot of fun. We are right here in Jefferson County. Walked down a little trail, accessed the Floyds Fork right here in the parklands. Probably have walked half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, fished 3 or 4 pockets of water really quickly. And man, have we had a ton of bites, caught a bunch of fish. It's been an absolute blast. Knowing what food sources are present for the game that you're hunting is extremely important to being successful. And that's exactly what a Mast crop survey is all about. Today we're out here at Cleaver Wildlife Management Area, and any day that I can get out and spend a day in the field with biologists, I always know I'm going to learn something. What am I going to learn about today?
Yeah, so today we're going to go on a Mast survey. So essentially we're surveying the fruits of hardwood tree species here at Cleaver WMA. So Mast is essentially those high-calorie groceries that the animals that we like to see and chase recreationally are keying in on as well.
What trees we're gonna be looking for today?
Well, we're looking for different species of white oak, red oak, hickory, and beech.
Hey, I'm excited to see how you do this, how you rank a tree, how you locate these trees. Let's take off. Let's take a walk through the woods. Hey, I can't think of a better way to spend the day to walk through the woods and learn a few things, and hopefully put that to use to make yourselves a better hunter this fall.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
yeah. Let's do it.
So is this one, Cody?
R1.
So Zach, you've got a red can of spray paint there. What you're doing is you're identifying this tree as a tree in our survey.
That's right.
Tell me what you're gonna put on there.
Yeah, so we're just marking it with red paint because it's a red oak. It's a species of red oak, and it is the first tree of 25 red oaks that we'll be surveying today.
So you got a red line around it and a 1.
Yep, so we often put these metal tags on the trees, but as you can see, this one's been plinked a few times with the 22, and they wear off over time. So obviously this is on a wildlife management area where we're able to do this for research purposes, but this one's already painted, but we touch them up, and we use different color paint for the different species.
So red for red oak, that one's pretty obvious. So if you're on a WMA and you're spending some time hunting and you see a red line around it, you're looking at a red oak.
That's right. White for white oak, and blue for beech, and orange for hickory. So the cool thing about the app is it's real time. If we have cell signal, it submits the data to the cloud instantly. If not, it stores it on board until we go back in cell reception. But I'm going to this red oak 1.
Cleaver
I click
WMA,
here.
yep.
I'm clicking that, yes, we visited the tree. I'm going to update the location information. Then I can hit update, and now the better accuracy. My phone is more accurate than GPS's were back then.
That's awesome.
So now that is good, and the tree's alive. I'm going to quickly measure the diameter of it too.
Okay.
So this is DBH, diameter at breast height. So that's 4.5 feet off the ground.
Okay.
We'll just bring it around there. The mark should be right in here somewhere, right here. So 24. It's not a regular tape, so it's calibrated to measure the diameter of the tree.
So now that we've got the tree information, updated that into our survey, we're gonna do our rapid assessment of the mast. Essentially, the amount of this tree that could be bearing mast or acorns is actually bearing mast or acorns.
Okay.
And so essentially, you know, I'm gonna take my binoculars and look at the very tips of all these branches and think in my mind, you know, of those tips that could be bearing mast, what percentage are bearing mast? And so I set a timer on my watch here for 30 seconds. I'm just gonna try to get this whole entire crown here of this nice big red oak. We might be able to see some acorns just with our naked eye, but really with these binoculars, this is our most important tool in the mast survey. And if you want to, you can follow along and we can compare notes.
Yeah.
Okay, I will set my timer now and we're looking. Okay, we're done. So first impressions, I saw a lot of acorns.
I'm gonna say about 80, 85.
80, 85? What were you thinking, Chad?
Well, I was gonna say, you know, 60 to 70% of what I saw, but I'm sure my eyes are not trained for it yet, so I'm sure you guys are gonna see more than me.
I was thinking 75, honestly. Although we had kind of 3 different numbers there, you know, they were pretty close together. And, you know, we'll take these data, put them in our phone, and the way we analyze them is, so this is one tree of 25 red oak group on this survey route. There's 40-odd other routes in the state with 25 red oak trees apiece, 25 white oak trees apiece, 25 hickory trees apiece, and 25 beech nut trees apiece. And so, you know, even if our numbers are slightly off by like 10%, a lot of that washes out by the hundreds and thousands of trees that we have from east to west, north to south in the state of Kentucky.
So this is something that's gonna take place every single year. Can you start predicting what years are gonna have more mast crops than others based on some trends?
Yeah, for sure. So it's really important, you know, if you're thinking about setting something like this up on your own private property or just looking at the same tree through time, it is very important to keep that same tree fixed over time. That's why we mark all our trees and stuff like that. And then yes, you can step back and look, okay, You know, this is gonna be, we've had a couple boom years. You gotta be kind of expecting a bust year or a poorer year at some point in time. Because again, these trees fluctuate through time. They've developed that strategy over time to try to get ahead of the nut predators, things like the squirrels that are constantly getting up there and hitting the nuts, or the other animals that eat them off the ground and stuff like that. So a tactic that these trees have developed over time, again, we're probably giving the trees a lot of credit on that, but they will have a bust year every now and then. And so that'll be preceded by likely a boom year, right? And so they're going up and down through time.
It really highlights the critical importance of oak trees. In our habitats here, we can't afford to lose this species, so anything we can do to manage for oaks is important.
So our next tree, how far away is it?
Should be in here, if I recall, it's on
right
this
there.
side.
You see the red paint?
Oh yeah, right there it is.
Paint looks pretty good, tag's still on it. So it's 18.6.
Looks like 19.9. $15.8.
Five.
Well, guys, I know you're much quicker at doing this when you don't have company, so I appreciate you kind of showing me exactly what you're doing. I'm gonna let you guys finish out your survey today, but tell me, obviously it's very beneficial for you guys because you're managing forests for a long period of time. How does a person that wants to come out here and pursue or view wildlife use the information you guys are collecting today to help them increase their chances?
I would say it could be a really good way to get to know your property, what you've got on it. You know, if you've not walked around, take some time and identify some oaks and hickory trees, beech trees if you've got them. And that's part of the fun, I would say, is, you know, getting familiar with the property and finding where the good trees are and maybe let that inform where you go hunting.
So if you wanted to find this information specific to a WMA that you hunt, it's located where at?
Yeah, that's a great question, Chad. So Zach and I will go back after all the statewide surveys are done and run a whole bunch of analyses to try to represent the data in a way that's useful to sports people. And so some of those ways that we do that, first of all, we put all that stuff on our website, fw.ky.gov. Just search Mast survey, and this report will be there. And so find a WMA that's close. Either the WMA you want to hunt could be on there, or a WMA that's close to where you want to go hunt. A way that I would use that if I was going to maybe pre-scout an area or something like that is I'd find my area or an area close to it on the Mast survey report, and then look and see what tree species are doing really well and what tree species are doing kind of not as good, right? And so if white oaks are bumper on Kleber WMA where we're standing right now, I would really consider, you know, identifying the white oaks and maybe going and looking at those places first when I go to scout for, say, whitetail hunting or fall turkey hunting.
Well, I'll tell you what, I appreciated your time today. Hopefully next day you get to do this and it's 65 degrees outside instead of 90. But hey, the work's got to be done, and I appreciate you guys for doing it.
You bet.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Many of Kentucky's fall hunting seasons are now in full swing, but one of my favorites, rabbit season, is just right around the corner. Well, rabbit season is finally here. It's a little warm today, but we're hoping to get these dogs out and put them on some bunnies. You guys ready to get after it?
We are. Yes, sir.
Now, this is a farm that we've actually been on before late in the year, and you guys have had a lot of success rabbit hunting here in Spencer County. Gun season's coming up this week. You guys actually bow hunted this morning.
Been up since 3:45 this morning, so.
Hey, what gets better than combining a day of bow hunting and rabbit hunting all in the same day? That's the way to do it right
If we
there.
just brought the boat, we could have crappie fish later tonight.
That would have been nice. That would have been nice. Now, you actually have a dog with you today, too. Tell me a little bit about your dog.
My daughter found that dog. I guess he was about 3 months old, so when we got him home, I thought I'll take him out and start training him, and I did.
Well, we'll see how he does. I brought my two. I got Josie, this little lemon dog here, and Checkers, the tricolor. We've been doing some training, and they've hunted once this year, so hopefully we can get out and jump some bunnies. Ryan, did you see any deer this morning?
Seen 3 deer, 3 bucks, 1 doe.
Okay.
Not as many as we wanted to, but still good time. Good to get out.
So we're actually rabbit hunting where you deer hunt, and a lot of people have concerned that it's going to mess their deer up. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't think it has any effect, honestly. You know, another farm we hunt, there's dogs that run loose constantly. You know, they don't have any fence or anything, you know, and they get out and run rabbits, and, you know, we still see deer day in, day out. So I think it's hardly any effect, honestly.
Okay. Dan, you and I have done some fishing in the past, and this is a piece of property that you've had permission to hunt for a while. You killed some limits out here several times.
Yeah, this farm generally has a lot of rabbits on it.
Okay.
So it should be a good hunt.
These dogs have said, I've been on this leash long enough, let's go.
Go get them.
Uh-oh. First bunny up. We got them all barking now, so this is hot.
Skeet 'em up.
Ain't that something? I ain't even seen this rabbit and they already got one down. That's awesome. Yeah. That's a big old bunny.
That's good boys. That's good boys. That's good boys.
All right, good job, dogs. Let's
Good
go,
boys.
let's go.
Ryan, they coming back down towards you. Hey, Chad, I think I killed that rabbit your dog's on.
Oh, okay.
See how this goes right here? I get handed the rabbit.
This is why I
Dude,
had a
dirty
son
work.
right here. This is why I had a
Well,
son.
there you go. Too bad we're not swamp rabbit hunting. They'd be about 3 times that size. You really weigh him down.
There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. Help, help, help. Skeet him up, 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 skeet him up. Skeet him up, skeet him up, skeet him up, skeet him up. Skeet him up, skeet him up, skeet him up.
Still going.
I'm gonna tell you, Chad, I'm pretending like I didn't see that.
That was too close. Come here, Josie. This is just grown up thick briars. And what this is it's perfect for rabbits to elude birds of prey. Think about a bird trying to swoop down and get something out of this. It would be nearly impossible. It's also a great spot to raise young and keep them away from coyotes. Good shot.
Good boys.
That was a good run there now. They ran that rabbit to 4 or 5 different brush piles and finally got it out.
I could have shot him sitting one time. I didn't.
Nice job, man.
Thank you.
One for the skillet.
All right. There he is, coming right at you, right at you.
These rabbits want to run over me today. He said right at me and I'm looking out there. He meant right at me, like right here. Here he is, here he is, here he is. Look, dead, dead. Here you go. Good boy, good boy. There you go, there you go. That was awesome.
Dogs were in this one maybe a couple 100 yards. Came back by me. We got him.
There were 2 shots. Was that us? There he is, that's Barry. He must have got that rabbit. Oh my gosh, that thing ran forever. There you go.
Get him?
Got him. What a crazy race. That was so good. I am so impressed. Hank did such a great job. Ran that rabbit around there, and the rabbit, you could tell, was getting tired. It wasn't going very hard, but he was out in front of the dogs. Of course, these dogs got about 20 miles on them now today. I did not want that rabbit to get away. These dogs, after 20 miles, the truck's right here, wanted to go ahead and take that one. Well, guys, I really appreciate the invite. I couldn't imagine a better day this early in the rabbit season to come out here and run dogs. I really appreciate you guys. We got to do it again.
Yep, it was a good day.
A lot of fun.
Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here we have Lindsay with her nice 2023 archery buck that she harvested while 30 weeks pregnant. Congratulations. Here we have Chrissy Watkins with a nice crappie that she caught from Green River. Nice fish. Here we have 12-year-old Sawyer Shelton with a nice largemouth bass that he caught in a farm pond in Georgetown, Kentucky. Here we have 6-year-old Luke Mattingly with a nice white and black crappie that he caught at Taylorsville Lake. Check out this beautiful smallmouth bass that was caught by Glenda Hoffman on Laurel River Lake. Nice fish. Here we have Carson O'Brien with his very first dove ever that he took in Knottsville, Kentucky. Nice job. Check out this beautiful 8-point buck that was taken by Greg Hare in McLean County. Congratulations. Do you have a question about fall hunting here in Kentucky? Well, you're in luck. Next Monday night at 8 o'clock, you can join us for our live question and answer show. You can view it on YouTube, Facebook, or at fw.ky.gov. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.